How many times have you deleted a text thread, simply to pretend a chapter of your life never existed? We are the architects of our own digital utopias. We crop out the shadows. We filter the grief. We bulldoze the ugly, inconvenient ruins of our failures to pave gleaming highways of curated success. But beneath the polished veneer of your timeline, there is a hollow echo. The more you erase your scars, the heavier the phantom weight becomes. We are terrified of the wreckage. We believe that to move forward, we must become a blank slate. But what if I told you that the very act of erasing your ruins is exactly what guarantees your collapse? Let us walk into the dust. The war had stripped the city to its bones. Where spires once pierced the clouds, only jagged teeth of iron and pulverized concrete remained. They summoned Elias, a master architect, tasked with breathing life back into the graveyard. The mandate from the council was absolute: erase the trauma. Build it new. Let no shadow of the fire remain. For months, Elias drafted a paradise of glass and steel. A sterile utopia where light would reach every corner, leaving no room for memory to fester. But every evening, he found himself wandering back to Sector 4. There, in the exact center of the ashes, stood the old library. It was violently rearranged by the bombs. Half of its dome was sheared off, exposing the ribs of the structure to the bleeding sky. The air tasted of ozone and forgotten prayers. Elias stood before it. His fingers, callous and cold, traced the scorched masonry. He felt the phantom vibrations of the explosions, the terror of the people, the brutal honesty of the collapse. The dilemma tore at his sanity. If he orders the demolition, he gives the citizens comfort. He gives them the illusion that the nightmare never happened. But comfort is not a foundation. A city that forgets its fire will not know how to build a firebreak. A people who hide their wreckage will shatter at the next storm. To erase this monument of agony was to lobotomize the city's soul. When the day of reconstruction came, Elias unveiled his final design. The council gasped. There, towering in the exact center of the gleaming, modern metropolis, was the library. Untouched. Unhealed. A permanent, jagged scar encased in a plaza of reflective black water. He did not hide the ruin. He made it the anchor. Why does Elias's choice make us so deeply uncomfortable? Because it violates the modern religion of tabula rasa, the blank slate. We live in an era of toxic rebirth. We are sold the illusion that healing means returning to the state you were in before you were broken. We treat psychological trauma, failure, and heartbreak as glitches in the system, viruses to be uninstalled. But let us contrast this with the profound economic and natural law introduced by Joseph Schumpeter: creative destruction. Schumpeter argued that the old must be violently dismantled to release the resources needed for the new. The destruction is not the end of the narrative, it is the brutal, necessary engine of evolution. You cannot build the skyscraper of your potential on the rotten wooden foundation of your past comforts. When we try to demolish our personal ruins, our failed marriages, our bankruptcies, our moments of profound shame, we are engaging in historical revisionism against our own souls. Enter Friedrich Nietzsche and the concept of Amor Fati, a love of one's fate. Nietzsche did not suggest we merely tolerate our suffering. He demanded we embrace it, looking at the horrifying, collapsed architecture of our lives and declaring, "I chose this. I needed this." Elias understood what we refuse to see. The pristine glass buildings represent our daily, fragile ego. But the scarred library in the center? That is the absolute truth of impermanence. It stands as a daily reminder. We were broken, we survived, and therefore, we know the exact structural integrity of our resilience. If you erase the ruin, you erase the lesson. A mind that refuses to look at its own wreckage is a mind doomed to rebuild the exact same fragile walls. So, how do we stop bulldozing our own history? How do we become the architect of our ruins? We must employ a radical cognitive reframing. Consider this formula: if we accept the philosophy of the sacred ruin, then our anxiety about our past failures suddenly becomes the very blueprint of our depth. Stop trying to get over it. You will never get over the loss of someone you loved. You will never unfeel the sting of a profound betrayal. Instead, build around it. When a painful memory surfaces, do not deploy the wrecking ball of distraction, do not open your phone, do not drown it in noise. Walk into the ruin. Look at the shattered walls of your ego. Run your hands over the cold bricks of your mistakes. Acknowledge the architecture of your grief. By allowing the ruin to exist in the center of your mind, it stops being a haunted house and becomes a monument of your survival. You do not need to be whole to be formidable. You just need to stop hiding the broken parts. We are all post-war cities. Every one of us is carrying the silent echoes of a bombardment no one else heard. The obsession with endless healing is just another form of self-rejection. You are not a renovation project meant to be perfectly finished and staged for the world to applaud. You are an ancient, sprawling metropolis. Let the glass towers of your new ambitions scrape the sky. But leave the scorched earth in the plaza. Let the ruin stand. What is the ruin you are trying so frantically to bulldoze today? Drop the wrecking ball. The rubble is exactly where you begin.